That's All Studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin.
And good morning, Wisconsin. I'm not really hearing myself. Good morning, Wisconsin. Oh, we'll count it. All right. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, Wisconsin. Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? No.
No, none of us can hear each other.
Maybe people can hear us. You don't think?
No, I don't think so.
No?
If both mics aren't working, then it's not one versus the other.
How about that? There we go.
There
Good
it
morning,
is.
Wisconsin. How about that? We are in it and we are ready to go. We're kind of like the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know.
How so? I'm interested to hear where you're going with this one.
I mean, I don't know that many people have attended their last 3 games, but they've lost by a combined 98 points.
Fun watch.
All right, so
And when
how are we like the Bucks?
We had a pretty shaky performance. I
Just
mean,
a shaky start, though.
I mean,
Went down 9-0 in the first minute, you know?
yep, right?
We're already on a 6-0 run.
This is part of a process. Those 98 point loss over 3 games against, I guess I would call it at least 3 play-in to playoff level teams with Portland, the Clippers, and then the Spurs, who are legit.
Could be the 1 seed in the West.
Yeah, it's been rough, and I think the reason I wanted to start with the Bucks today is because yesterday something happened that hadn't happened in 10 years, and the Bucks were eliminated from playoff contention, and a 9 consecutive year run in the postseason, I just think shouldn't be taken for granted, and the second longest in the entire NBA. And I think we have been living in a golden age of basketball that I hope we've appreciated.
Yeah, you're also asking Bucks fans at the end of a 9-year relationship when they're going through a breakup to have that level of reflection right now. You're still hurt at the end of 9 years, even if they were 9 good years. But whether it happens
I'm not asking anyone to think anyway, because I don't know how I'm thinking. Like, I'm having all the feels, all the emotions.
I think that whether it happens or not, it feels like this is the end of something.
Like the fact you're saying it happens. I was just talking about not making the playoffs. Well, I don't know what it that you're talking about.
I'm saying the it of Giannis returning. Like, let's be honest. If we knew Giannis was back next year and they missed the playoffs, then I think there would be a different feeling amongst Bucks fans of, hey, look, maybe we could get somebody in the lottery here that can help build, and you can do this and you can do that, and Ryan Rollins has developed. This feels a little bit like the end of the greatest era, of the last 50 years in Bucks basketball. Yep. I'm not going to go back and compare it to, the Big O and
the Lou Alcindor trade.
Yes.
It didn't last that long for them.
Right, exactly. This is the greatest era, I think, because of the length of it, right, to Kyle's point.
And so it's not just that, hey, this is this playoff streak ending, which I agree with you. It shouldn't be overlooked. It shouldn't be overlooked that they won a championship. And on Friday night, we got the benefit of hosting the Analysis Live down at the Riverside here downtown. And one of the things Pat Murphy, the Brewers manager who stepped on stage, said was like, you guys won a championship. And I think somehow it still doesn't get appreciated enough, given that it was only less than 5 years ago. Yeah,
5 years ago this year. Yeah.
So, like, I just, I do think that you're right that there isn't that level of awe and appreciation for what has been accomplished within this last decade for Bucks basketball. But we're also still, like, right in that middle of the final breakup stage that just doesn't feel very good.
You know who reflection is for? Losers. And I hate losing, Craig. I feel like every week we talk about this. I'm a big believer in the 5 stages of grief. It sounds like you're in
I
denial.
think there's
a little
more than
bit.
5 stages of grief,
Well,
isn't it?
it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. I'm still in stage 2. I'm just angry because this is going to be the harsh new reality for the foreseeable future for the Milwaukee Bucks, which is not making the playoffs, not playing in meaningful games.
I just think that's silliness.
It's
no,
not, though.
It's not.
They've clearly angered the best player in franchise history to no return. They've allowed their head coach to run amok. It's over, and this is the downfall of the greatest era, and it's disappointing.
It is.
They never end well. Like you're asking, and it isn't over yet. Like we
San
don't know that
Antonio
for sure.
ended well. It did. It was a great transition.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fantastic. It ended up working out perfectly for them. So it did.
Right.
It does
San
end well.
Antonio's. But were you guys sitting there doing local radio in San Antonio saying we're fine sucking for the next 5 years?
No.
Well, I mean,
that's what San Antonio
That's what
did.
happened.
Are you
That's
ready to
what
do
happened.
that? And by the way,
they didn't suck for 5 straight years, didn't they? Weren't they competing? They were competing for like a 10-9.
and that's how they got the 1 seed, the 2 seed, and the 4 seed, and the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 4 seed, and the 9 seed
draft pick,
including Jeremy Sohan that they whiffed on completely.
I mean,
like it was by being really competitive every year that they got all those picks.
I thought didn't
they tanked in the right years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they make some good trades?
But by the way, let's not compare the Spurs and the Bucks because the Bucks don't have all their draft picks, right? So I'm not trying to compare them.
I guess my biggest frustration is I feel like the Bucks don't have much direction because I don't feel like Doc Rivers has been successful whatsoever for the Bucks. Since he took over, he has a losing record for the Bucks. Like he's not good, right? And so if Doc Rivers is still steering this ship next year, then this ship is going nowhere fast. I think the Bucks need to look at potentially if they do choose to move on from Giannis, because it has been stated that either he needs to sign an extension or they're going to trade him.
And do you disagree with that?
I disagree with publicly making that statement, but I agree with the inside. I mean, personally, I think that is a smart decision inside. I don't understand why we need to announce that to the world. I don't see what the benefit was of announcing that to the entire world. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that Doc Rivers nor John Horst should be part of the transition to post Giannis. I don't think Horst has earned it. I know he won a championship, but it's not about just winning a championship when you have Giannis. It's about winning multiple. Doc Rivers was a failure, right? He failed with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I don't think you should keep them around. And again, thank you, John Horst, for everything you've done. But let's move forward with a different group of folks.
But so who is a success in the NBA right now? Obviously the Thunder, right?
Look what Denver did. Denver fired both of their championship architects within 3 years of winning a title.
Right.
And we're sitting here and we're debating what we're going to do.
Right. I'm saying because they weren't aligned with each other and they had to fire both because they were so petty toward each other. It had nothing to do with their skill level.
Well, I hope John Horst ain't aligned with Doc Rivers. I hope he's sitting there in the back saying,
I would hope so too. You could look at Boston, obviously. It's been one of the premier organizations. You could look at Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City had to basically go in the tank for 8 or 9 years.
One of the smartest general managers in professional sports.
Yes, but again, like that, if the Bucks tried to go down that path, people are going to be upset.
But also remember, the Bucks don't have our picks, so we can't even choose to go down.
If you trade Giannis in order to get picks, right? Then you
exactly.
or you get your picks back potentially.
I guess my thing on John Horst that I think to me, like so, what season did he not do the thing you wanted him to do, right?
No, I'm with you on this,
that's what I'm saying. Like the Dame Lillard trade, the Drew Holiday trade. Yeah, we gave up our assets, but when you had Giannis and you knew that Giannis was only going to re-sign if they did that stuff, how do you blame John Horst?
Now, you have to remember that Kyle likes to just not go for it. He like the Packers fans, they just like to just win.
And by the way, I'm saying Jordan, and I'm saying like I get it. Like Jordan Waro didn't work out, right? Like there's picks that didn't work out, but
sure.
But if you're not,
he's never had a lottery pick.
Right? If you're not drafting in the top 15,
that's a terrible excuse. It's never having a lottery pick. You don't.
How is that a terrible excuse?
So you can't find one person outside the lottery.
You can.
So it's not an excuse.
But I'm saying the Bucks have not drafted well. Like I think just very objectively, we haven't drafted particularly
Even your
well.
second round picks haven't worked out.
But second round picks don't work out. But I'm saying if you look at like even if outside of the top 15, like 1 out of 3 players is a rotation player, not even a starter once you're out of the top. Like, so
Do we have that though? Have we drafted even a rotation player?
I mean, again,
Who's contributing to the Bucks? So that's
Not necessarily drafted.
Sam
You could
Merrill.
Look at Ryan
Sam
Rollins.
Merrill.
You
for
could
another
look at-
team.
NBA champion.
Yeah,
Sam
but
Merrill.
I'm saying Sam Merrill again. We traded him to get Grayson Allen. Like we loved Sam Merrill. We actually believed in Sam Merrill, but we traded him to get Grayson Allen because we wanted to be better. And I think Grayson Allen was a good move.
Again, the reason I look at it is I'm not saying John Horst is a bad general manager, and I think he took the swings, but it didn't work out. And you shouldn't get credit for taking swings and it not working out.
So you're saying
And
because Dame Lillard got hurt, he should lose his job?
I mean, no, injuries played a role. Giannis' injury played a role. Like, I get all that, but I just don't have the confidence that John Horst can develop this team moving forward.
He won a championship, Kyle.
He won a championship. I get that, but again,
I'm fine with Doc Rivers' disrespect. John Horst disrespect makes no sense.
Do we understand the importance
And again,
of what's
I'm not fine with Doc Rivers' disrespect either. You could say
Why?
you don't like the job he's done as the coach, but you don't disrespect the guy who, is a Hall of Famer who
I'm not saying
appreciates
he's a bad
it.
person. I just
Well,
think
you're
he's
saying
been
you just said
unbelievable.
you're fine with disrespecting
I didn't
him.
disrespect
He's been
anybody.
an unbelievable coach throughout his career.
And
sure.
what he's
Not in
meant to this
Milwaukee.
community and what he's meant to Marquette and all
Totally.
this. So I'm saying
And Giannis played 38 games this year. Like
I'm simply addressing performance, and when I look at this, I do not trust John Horst moving forward. If we do move on from Giannis, which right now, if I had to bet on it, I would bet a divorce would be coming.
Yep.
I don't trust John Horst to be the talent evaluator who's going to have a whole bunch of picks to make the right draft picks. That's just how I feel.
yeah,
He
that's
had-
fine. That is a fine opinion.
That is why.
Shelby,
it
what's
is
the Bucks
essential.
net rating when Giannis and KPJ start?
I would imagine high.
It is 3rd in the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay. Just before we go too far, obviously, what's the Celtics net rating when Jason Tatum doesn't play? It's pretty damn good, right? So
Instead
I'm
of
not
Jaylen
saying
Brown.
no, but I'm right.
Didn't
Exactly.
Doc do some of his best work when Giannis wasn't on the floor, though?
Yeah.
Isn't that when they went
Yeah.
on that winning streak?
Yeah, the Bucks this year were built around one star.
Of course.
And the entire thing was in the offseason, let's get shooters and
Yeah.
let's get people who can complement Giannis. And then Giannis didn't play most of the year.
And
or half the
I
year.
would give Doc credit because I saw his post-game comment yesterday about what went wrong this season after they were officially eliminated. And it was on what you just said, Craig, was we were built around one star. We didn't have the one star.
Yeah.
When they had the one star, they didn't look good.
No, they
Again, when they had he and KPJ, they had the 3rd best net rating in the NBA,
but
which
it's
was
still-
only 19 games,
If-
right? It was only 19 games this whole year.
Okay, all I'm saying is when Giannis was playing and healthy, and if KPJ wasn't there, I know he was injured earlier during this. Right, I think game 1 he got hurt.
Yes,
but
exactly.
the thing is that even with Giannis on the court, this team never looked like they had a
Coming out of the
chemistry.
All-Star break, I think we all had that extra excitement, like,
Yeah.
oh, we won without Giannis. Giannis is coming back. Now's the time. And you're right, Kyle. We came back and didn't look good.
Yeah, and so again, this team, losing causes for dysfunction. And I just feel like this team, the energy that I was so used to and grew accustomed to with the culture of this team, it seems like it's completely gone. But that could be because of the fact that they're losing.
I think it's losing, but I think it's also that, like, the questions around Giannis, right? Like, there have been 4 or 5 games where I've been in the Fiserv Forum that felt like nothing I've felt in Fiserv Forum that felt like things I felt at the Bradley Center. Like this year, and I had not felt that in a single game at Fiserv Forum. And so I think it's okay to feel that way. And it was probably the worst right around the trade deadline. And now I think these next few games will be really interesting. Today, I think, is a really special opportunity, right? Brooke Lopez is back today. And, I know people aren't ready to reflect and all that, but Brooke Lopez should get an amazing
100%.
ovation.
We love Brooke,
and what Brooke was part of and what Brooke, was integral in making happen for the state of Wisconsin, I hope we all honor today. All right, we'll have more on it as we continue. I think there's a lot more to dig into here because I think as you look at what comes next, I think we don't know because this is so different than anything we have seen. And by the way, the Milwaukee Brewers are off to a 2-0 start, and things are great there. We said it, the Bucks did not carry us into Brewers season, but got pretty close this year. So we will absolutely talk about that. Jason Wilde joins us as well. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1-carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall. Home to your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination, 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall with 24 beers on tap, over 50 HD TVs, and of course, game day specials. It's the perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is the downtown home to basketball this March.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents a day? That's why I love my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. You can check them out in person at the State Fair Park Expo Center's Home and Garden Show, March 20th through the 29th. It's the perfect chance to step inside, compare models, and even ask questions. Good Health Saunas has been doing this for more than 20 years, and they back it all with a true lifetime warranty, which was huge for me. If an infrared sauna has been on your list, find Good Health Saunas at State Fair Park, March 20th. Through the 29th.
All right, Wisconsin, Josh DiMaggio here, and you know it's tournament time, and Wanna Parlay is where players go to win. If you're building brackets and backing your picks, now you've got even more ways to cash in, and with brand new alternative lines on Wanna Parlay. More control, more strategy, bigger upside. And don't forget, the world's richest parlay is waiting. Download Wanna Parlay in the App Store today and use code JGC for a 100% deposit match for up to $250. Don't just watch it, play it with the world's richest parlay. Wanna Parlay.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local instantaneously. Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continuing on Sunday Karma, where I believe Tony Cartagena said at the analysis the Brewers are on pace to go 162-0 this year, and he was right. I mean, he predicted that through only one game, but that has held through 2 games.
Well done, Tony. Well done.
Leading the MLB in run differential.
Yes, ahead of the Yankees, who've played 3 games.
Yep.
And gratefully, their first 3 games for the Brewers have not been against the Yankees this year, because we know how that went last year.
We ain't scared. We ain't running. We would have been ready this year.
Yep.
Well, so actually, I'm glad you bring that up, Craig. So they started 0-4 last year. They're starting 2-0 this year. Does that mean they're not going to win anywhere near 90? What did they win? 96, 97 games?
It means that there's not as much value to bet on them, because last year it was a great time to bet on them after they got crushed by the Yankees. Whereas now, I don't think anyone's going to overreact to 2 wins against the White Sox.
No. But it's been fun. It's so nice to have the Brewers
overreacting.
To the 2 wins?
They just look good. Honestly, going into the season, I was like, there's no way the Brewers can win 4 NL Central Division titles in a row. Like, I mean, Craig, you were here when the Brewers were awful.
Sound like a national pundit over there.
Beyond awful.
No. It's just like, I couldn't imagine.
And by the way, I'm with Kyle in that. I'm with Kyle. Like, I think the Brewers can win the division. I would bet on it.
Yeah.
But I also, like, they could have a great year and win like 88 games and not win the division.
Yeah,
like,
there could be 2 teams. Them and the Cubs could both win 90 games.
Yeah,
division.
You're right, Kyle. I mean, so I don't think you could even like look back and be like, oh, this season's only a success. If you make the playoffs in baseball, you had a good year. Maybe the Dodgers, that's not true of, but pretty much anyone else in baseball. Is there anyone else who you'd say if they make the playoffs, it's a bad year? I don't know, right? Is there anyone?
I guess I
the NL East with the Yankees, like if they make the playoffs,
both the New York teams because of the level of investment for the Mets.
No, look at that.
The Mets in the division with the Phillies,
sure,
in the division with the Phillies and the Braves.
Given the level of investment into the roster, do you think Mets fans are over the moon to just make the postseason?
Well, yes. I'm saying after last year, yes, they want to be in it. I'm not saying that if you lose in the first round, you're happy, because I'm not saying that about any team. I'm saying like if you're guaranteed right now, if you hand a fan base and say, hey, you're guaranteed a wild card.
Okay.
Who's not taking that right now?
I think everybody is.
I think the only one is the Dodgers.
Maybe,
right?
but even the Dodgers, I think Dodgers fans would be like, we're so confident once we get in the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, we're just that good. But yeah, I agree. I think the thing about this Brewers team, though, is despite the history of it, you guys knew they were going to be good. Like, even more so this year than last year, because you've got more belief in a Bryce Terang. You've got more belief in a Sal Frelick. You've got more belief in what this lineup is. You see what Jacob Mizorowski was able to do last year. You hope that he can do it this year. And even with the loss of Freddie Peralta, if you have a healthy Brandon Woodruff, and you've seen what Quinn Priester is, like, there's more pieces actually this year returning than there was last year returning, where you could say, okay, this team is set up to be good. Not saying they could be like they're going to lead MLB in wins.
No, but I agree with that wording. Set up to be good. Not you said earlier, they're going to be good. I just don't think in baseball. Really? I don't think you could know they're going to be good.
I would be shocked if this team was over 500, though.
No,
I believe they're going to be good. In baseball, I don't know if you could know they're going to be good. Baseball's just different in that way.
I feel like most of the times when teams are trending, because one thing
like the Braves. Look at the Braves.
Didn't the Braves get derailed? Because I know Acuna got hurt.
Yeah.
They had injuries. And so that's what I'm saying. Obviously can derail.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't know in baseball.
This Brewers team is actually built in a way where they could lose Yelich for a while.
Well, they Jackson Chourio last year
just stepped right in and look how well he's playing.
And last year, during the best winning streak of the season, Jackson Chourio wasn't even playing.
Yes, they're a deep team. They're well coached. Like, it's a strong organization. Like, they've got the third best farm system in Major League Baseball, with guys that halfway through the year that you could ultimately expect to make an impact. They're going to be good. It's just a matter of how good can they be and how good will they be.
I think what people don't realize, though, is that the Brewers, Craig, they're trending in the right direction. Greg, you really hit it, is that the roster is basically the same from last year, and there's a lot of young guys that are only getting better, who are taking that next step, or we can talk about arriving. And so that's the confidence that I have in the Brewers, is that I believe by 2028 we will be in a World Series. Like, I legitimately believe, based off the minor league team that we have and based off the controllable players that we have, this team can be in a World Series 2 years from now.
I hope you're right. Today is going to be fun. Gary Sanchez is your first baseman. Jefferson Caro is your catcher.
Debut?
Brandon Sproat also makes his Brewers debut today. He's on the mound.
Whoa. What is today's lineup?
So first base, with Andrew Vaughn's injury, the hamate bone, he's out 4 to 6 weeks. You get Gary Sanchez.
Okay, so we got Bryce leading off.
Yep.
Contreras DHing, batting second.
Ren Hepo will start at third today as well.
Batting third.
Gary Sanchez playing first base in the cleanup spot. And then it's Frelick at right, Ortiz at short, and then batting seventh.
When Ortiz is batting sixth, that's an interesting lineup, right?
Correct.
Playing
9-7-6. He continues to move up the lineup over the course of these
4%. 4 for 7 on the year.
Had a great,
he's a good start.
Great spring training. Played well in the World Baseball Classic.
2 steals.
Yeah, I mean,
Nine batter in the first game, 7 batter yesterday. Moves up to 6 today. Then Jefferson Carroll will make his major league debut behind the plate.
Look at you, Jefferson. What do you can speak Spanish?
Not much, a little bit, but that's his name, Jefferson Carroll.
I know, it's spelled Jefferson in America.
He's proud, but
In America.
you're saying,
America.
but you're proud of him, right? You're not like mad that he's not speaking like American.
No, no bad bunny hate over here.
Okay, good.
No bad bunny hate. Brandon Lockridge in left, and then Blake Perkins in center. But I feel like last year, when they had these weird lineups, like the obscure, why is this guy playing here? Why is this guy starting today? Those were always their best games last year. Because Pat Murphy is just the best elevator in professional sports. When you get these messed up kind of strange lineups, I feel like they scored 16 runs every time last year. So today might be one of those days.
And the fun thing in this series has been you get to see Munetaka Mariami hit a home run every game, and it doesn't hurt the
he's
Brewers.
on pace for 162 home runs.
Yeah. That guy, I mean, the bombs. Did you see the home run he hit yesterday to center?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Even that opening day one was just a bomb.
Yeah. So really, really fun one going on today at American Family Field. That's a 1:10 start. You could hear that. Can you hear that on ESPN Madison?
Sure
or could you hear the Bucks game on ESPN Madison?
Ooh.
I believe you'll hear that on 100.5 ESPN
I believe
Madison.
the Brewers.
Which one? Brewers?
Yes.
Brewers are going to get called. I mean, this is a big game for the Bucks against Cooper Flagg here. I'd have to say, if I'm that content director in Madison, if I'm Ashton Rotman, I always think, what would Ashton do when I'm thinking about most things in life?
Yeah.
I think I'm going Brewers. I hate to say it.
I
hate to say it, but
there will be Brewers on ESPN Madison coverage beginning.
Good decision. Good decision. Good decision, Ashton. All right, you got Brewers baseball in Madison. Right here in Milwaukee on 620 WTMJ, you'll hear the Milwaukee Brewers. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, you'll hear your Milwaukee Bucks.
And in Beaver Dam?
Beaver Dam on 95.3, you'll hear the Brewers, and on 1430, you'll hear the Bucks. I don't know. Kyle?
Yeah, I don't. I gotta check.
What would you do if you're Wade Bates?
Yeah, I don't get that schedule.
Do you also ask yourself that? What would Wade Bates do?
Daily. I also ask, what would Jason Wilde do? And what he'll do is join us next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
Heading to Milwaukee's east side, make Veer North your first stop. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strove. Here to tell you at Veer North you can catch the big game, hop on a shuttle to the stadium, or hang out for live music all summer long. Elevated food, craft drinks, and a packed event lineup. Veer North knows how to keep the energy going as the weather starts to warm up. Close to Fiserv Forum, Summerfest, and UWM. It's the perfect place to pregame, postgame, or just stay for the whole thing. Veer North, right where Milwaukee comes together.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game.
In 6 minutes, no more?
No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on Bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When Milwaukee families need help, the United Way is there, reducing barriers to employment, providing transportation, safe and stable homes, and more. for over 192,000 people.
And this month, Cunis is proud to stand beside them. Hi, I'm Bill Eater with Cunis of Milwaukee.
And I am Tony Avery with the United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County. During the Cunis Drives Milwaukee 1000 event, they're donating $100 to the United Way for every vehicle sold.
Our goal this month is simple: 1,000 vehicles across 3 Cunis Milwaukee dealerships.
For a $100,000 donation to the United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County.
To help us reach our goal, you'll find incredible deals on all new and pre-owned vehicles at our 3 locations in Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall.
Be a part of driving Milwaukee forward at the Cunis Drives Milwaukee 1000 event.
Start your search today at CunisMKE.com. That's CunisMKE.com.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through April 5th, when you spend $50, get 30% off and 2 free pairs of socks with the code SOCKS2. That's socks and the number 2. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, it's Brian Balaga. Find the Homer Hour on the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. Your Sunday Karma coming up. And the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is time to talk to one of those big Brewers fans. I feel like a big Ray Allen fan. It's Jason Wilde who joins us now on Sunday Karma, and he joins us on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, and now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Love our Yuengling guest hotline. Good morning, Jason.
6 generations, family owned and operated. It's amazing. Yes,
indeed.
Good morning.
Indeed. Jason, when are you getting the family out to American Family Field? Last week you were driving down to Milwaukee. When's going to be the first big Brewers game for the Wilde family this year?
Great question, because both the girls have expressed an interest. We had the game on for the opener. It was on local TV here as well. And Sydney pointed out that she's never been to a Brewers game, and Maddie pointed out that she's only been to a Brewers game when she was a tiny little person. So, we're definitely going to make it this season. They have both made that request.
All right, let's judge Jason's parenting. 800-990-3776. The fact that Jason's 2 kids have combined for 1 career Brewers game, what do you think? Let's go out to Kyle in Milwaukee. You're on Sunday Karma. Kyle, what do you think?
Yeah, I can't believe that Jason, he is from the Milwaukee area and he hasn't brought his kids to see the Brewers. He grew up seeing the great Brewers, the World Series team that lost. How could he not allow for his girls to experience what he experienced, especially with the fighting Pat Murphys?
That's more games than 1,000.
Wait, what accent? What accent? Is that Kyle's Milwaukee accent? Kyle, you're from Milwaukee.
Southside.
Southside.
Dallas.
Let's go to Greg. Let's go to Greg and Cudahy. Your thoughts on the Wilde family's parenting?
Yeah, I just don't understand why Jason wouldn't go ahead and take his kids down here to Milwaukee. There, I know the parking can be difficult, the traffic's difficult, but Jason, at least once a year, you've got to get down to American Family Field. Look at this team; they're great. Your kids will enjoy it. Buy them some ice cream.
Okay, let's go over to Alex. This guy might be defending him because it looks like he's from Green Bay. Bay or somewhere up in that area. Let's go to Alex. You're on Sunday Karma. Wildy, is it okay that the two kids combine one career Brewers game?
Oh, Jason, I just have to have your back here, bud. I understand you got a really busy schedule. You got dance and gymnastics and all the in-betweens, basketball, volleyball. It's really busy, but hey, if you make it down to American Family Field, I'll be happy to buy him a brat.
There you go. Jason, the people have spoken.
Yeah, and fairly so. Now, I would hasten to add that, in fairness, if not to my parenting, to their schedules, they are much more likely to compete in sports than watch them, and that goes across the board. Although I have managed to secure tickets for them to see the Wisconsin women's volleyball team when it comes up here to play UW Green Bay next month in a spring game, so we're excited about that. But I will do my best to rectify this incredible parenting oversight this season, and if you know anybody that's got connections for tickets, I'm all ears.
Is he not on those Sean emails that go out to the entire team? Does that just go to the Avenue office?
Greg, quick question before we move on. Who attends a game first this season? Is it the Wildy children or Kyle Wallace?
Oh, that's a good question. It depends. It's all about the weather. See, the thing is with Kyle, if once it's boating season, like Kyle brings out the yacht the second it hits 60 degrees.
He's got his boat shoes in the office. He's got the preppy, yacht clothes coming in, the whole thing.
Yeah, my first game's in May.
Okay.
Weekend, May 9th, I think. May 9th. So, Wildy, if you make it out before May 9th, you'll beat me. But my first game's in May.
Why are you waiting until, why are you just establishing that you won't go to a game until
People
May?
don't plan when they go to Brewers games. You plan, don't you?
I mean, you live here. You don't have kids. You can just go whenever you want. You and baby girl.
No, I have the Brewers.tv app.
What are you doing today?
Today?
You want to go?
You have no reason you can't spontaneously go to a Brewers game before May 9th.
We constantly get emails saying we have tickets available for this game, tickets available
Kyle,
for that
I'll
game.
go with you today if you want to go. Y'all know my schedule, huh? Y'all my personal assistants now.
What do you got today?
No, we don't need to put that on. Come on now. All right, let's go. Let's go over to Jason Wildy. Jason, what do we care anything? What's going on with the Green Bay Packers? Anything we need to know this week, or can we move on to other bigger and brighter things?
Nothing that you need to know right now, but the NFL meetings do start today at the Arizona Biltmore. So we will hear from Brian Gutekunst. We will hear from Matt LaFleur at some point. Someday I'd like to go back to going to that. We used to go to it a lot. I remember Evan Cohen and Nolan was like my unofficial producer. I was doing the show from the hallway, and coaches would walk by. I once saw one of the NFL head coaches in the bathroom. He didn't wash his hands. That made for some great material. But no, nothing as of today that merits. And by the way, how great was it that this turned into, why isn't Kyle going to more Brewers games? Kyle, thank you for your service. You took me off the hook. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Jason, it's not Packers specific, but I am curious with former Packer J.C. Tretter stepping into that executive director role of the NFL Players Association and all of the sort of controversy that has surrounded it, especially now with owners' meetings going on where it feels like the owners are really going to be pushing heavily now that Tretter's in there for that 18-game schedule and that the path has been cleared for that to happen. Have you had a chance to talk to any current players, former players, about everything that's been swirling around the NFL Players Association? Because it feels like a story that's a little quiet given the consequences that are ultimately going to be driven from that.
Yeah, totally agree with you, Greg. So I did not discuss with Jordan Love when we had about 10 minutes with him at his cleat giveaway that he does for sports teams in need that he does every year. But we have a great lineup of cousin subs when Tausch is out. We had John Anderson, we had Brian Bulaga, and then on Friday we had the Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, and he and I did discuss this at length because one of the things that, and again, and I said this to Chewy as well when I was on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I am not suggesting that we need to start a GoFundMe page for retired NFL players. And I understand there are a lot of people that work really hard, that listen to our programs, that don't get paid nearly as much as NFL players do during their careers, which are obviously shorter than the rest of our careers and what our chosen fields are. But the idea that a business that is aiming to be a $25 billion business and now wants to add an 18th game to the regular season cannot afford to give vested veteran players lifetime health care is preposterous. And my frustration with the J.C. Treaders of the world, and I think you guys know this going way back to when there was it was the off season after the Super Bowl, and Nick Collins held out from the off season program wanting a contract extension, and he got it. And then what happened in the 2011 season? He fractured his neck in Carolina and never played football again. And that contract was a game changer for him. It changed the way he was able to live the remainder of his life, as opposed to if he'd have played on his rookie deal still, or his whatever the deal was. And so I am always pro player, because in the competition between billionaires and millionaires, I'm going to take the millionaires that put themselves on the line in these games.
Especially without guaranteed contracts, most
Correct.
of them.
Right. And so again, I don't know. I was listening to the podcast that Pablo Torre did, and I was not aware. I mean, I covered J.C. Treader when he was here in Green Bay, and the controversy that swirls around him is pretty concerning.
What is the controversy?
Just kind of the backstabbing and all the stuff that went on as he tried to position himself for the job that he ended up getting, and whether or not he truly puts the players first.
Sorry, Jason, but they had previously basically changed the bylaws of the Players Association to allow for the finalists to be secret finalists until the day of voting. And so there's this thought that J.C. Treader, who pushed this through in the NFLPA, had the last executive director sort of handpicked, and then he was promoted, and then they created a position for J.C. Treader to be the chief strategy officer, I think was his title. And then all of a sudden you find out there's all this controversy where the past executive director had been using NFLPA funds to go to strip clubs. And he had also been colluding with the NFL and was aware of collusion within the NFL, where they were trying to basically ensure that there would not be fully guaranteed contracts. And he never brought that to the players in the association. So he gets pushed out through all this controversy. And now all of a sudden, J.C. Treader leaves the NFLPA, says he never has any interest in being the executive director. And then next thing you know, this process, he enters late, and then all of a sudden is anointed in a way that makes it feel like his handpicked guy helped push him through, and now it feels like you're continuing the same regime that had just been mired in controversy.
So I'm all for player safety, and I think guaranteed health insurance for life, like Jason said, is something the NBA players voted on, and I think is something that the NFL should do. But the 18th game for the NFL, to me, is not as much of a player safety issue if it comes with it a second bye, right? Like, so if you're gonna have two byes in the season, and what's tougher, playing 17 games in 18 weeks or 18 games in 20 weeks? I'm not a doctor, but I could, if someone presented me the argument that that's safer for players, I wouldn't disagree with it. It would sound like it could make sense to have two byes in the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'm not sure that that's what they're going to do or not, Craig. I would be a proponent of that, first of all. Second of all, this is, in my mind, it's not so much it's obviously one more game to get injured, right? And it makes the season that much longer. So that is part of it. The second bye would reduce that slightly in my mind.
Especially, Jason, with the international travel and all that.
That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Yep. So when Mark Murphy bid us a fond farewell after his last shareholders meeting, and he could not, he either was putting stuff out there at the commissioner's behest, or he just couldn't help himself, and he's a bad secret keeper like I am. But he stood up there and said, look, the plan is for every team to play an international game every year. So factor that into the 18-game schedule, that there's going to be 16 international games if they hit their target. So that's part of it. Again, I like the idea of two byes. I think that would make a lot of sense. I don't know if that's what they're interested in. My point, though, is not so much on a player safety point as it is on a, look, you finally have something that the owners are desperately wanting, right? Just like it was for the 17th game. Don't squander your negotiating power on stupid things. I'll never forget this. In 2011, remember the Packers win the Super Bowl in February, then the lockout happens, and they start training camp late, right? And so they get that CBA done for that season. The following offseason, they get Jeff Saturday to play center for them, and play it poorly, I might add. And he's in the offseason program. He's obviously a bigwig with the union, and they're doing an 11-on-11 period during OTAs. And it is like every other OTA 11-on-11. Certainly not full speed. They're not in pads. But, the offensive linemen are blocking the defensive linemen. I mean, certainly it is, NFL veteran players know how to practice without hurting each other. So there's nothing that looks different to me standing on the sideline. And it's myself and a couple of other beat writers. And Jeff Saturday, while the drill is going on, he's not in. It's the second team that's in. He turns to us and says, does that look like non-contact to you guys? I think you should probably write about that. Like during the practice. Because what was their goal in that negotiation? Less off-season program, right? Shorten it. Less contact during the off-season. Less padded practices during the regular season. And that's great, right? If you want to take care of your bodies and wear and tear and whatever else. Like Mike McCarthy will tell you, I just saw him at the Harlan Celebration of Life last week. He used to have his quarterback school, and him and Clements ran that, and it really did matter for developing quarterbacks. They can't do that anymore. They have to do a truncated version because the off season is shorter. And what I would argue is use the 18th game desire by the owners to get something real. That's where the full lifetime insurance comes in. That's where some of the other things that I would push for if I was J.C. Tretter should come in. But to Greg's point, and Greg, you did an amazing job of explaining that story. I didn't know how to, I ramble. There's no way I could have been that concise. I just think that what the players have done time and time and time again at the negotiating table is get small, inconsequential to the owners victories, right? Like when the owners got the 17th game and they further curtailed the offseason workload, you don't think the owner's like, sure, sounds good to me. Yep, that'd be great. No problem. Happy to do it. And I'm sure they pretended, I don't know, kind of like Goody pretending that he didn't want to get Kenny Clark's contract off his books in the Micah Parsons trade. Boy, I don't know, Jerry. Kenny's really important to what we do. And Kenny was really important to what we do. Don't get me wrong. But I think this is an opportunity for the players to exact meaningful things for their rank and file members. And I don't have a whole lot of faith that the people that run the NFLPA can do that.
We will have more with Jason Wilde as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on March 31st.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in March 31st at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 24 retired, honoring George Thompson. Too bad he didn't wear 40. He was Marquette's all-time leading scorer for 40 years, and he played only 3 seasons. Al McGuire said it best. Everything at Marquette changed after George Thompson, a high school superstar in the New York City area, came here. And years later, Shaka Smart added, for those that weren't around in 1969, George Thompson, the original Dwayne Wade. Your business is unique, and your health plan should be too. At United Healthcare, our group health plans are built for you and your employees. Whether you're running a small startup or managing a large enterprise, we offer solutions designed to fit your needs, your goals, and your budget. Explore your options today at uhc.com/Wisconsin. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or their affiliates. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall. Home to your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination, 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall with 24 beers on tap, over 50 HD TVs, and of course, game day specials. It's the perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is the downtown home to basketball this March.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
See the best of ESPN Milwaukee by subscribing to our YouTube channel.
What the hell happened to your hair?
What do you mean?
Yeah, the front is fine, but you look like Lloyd Christmas in the back. Right there, just stay still. Oh my God, YouTube.
ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continuing with Jason Wilde. Jason, you mentioned those meetings coming up this week. What is, what's the big question? What do you think the big Packer story, to come from those meetings will be?
Well, so I did talk with somebody that works in the building, and we're looking forward to speaking with Jonathan Gannon upon the return of Matt LaFleur and Goody and Ed Policy from the NFL meetings. I mean, it is Ed Policy's first NFL meeting.
Wait. Oh, I forgot. Whoa. I just forgot something really important.
Is he on Wilde and Tash this week?
No. Did you invite him to Wilde and Tash this week?
I did, sort of. I inquired about his availability to appear on our program via the public relations department, and I was told that as I tried to explain to you, and you, in a rare instance of you not listening to me, continued down that road, they would like to make him available to everyone before they consider individual interviews. And so, again, we will get it. It will be April by the time the defensive coordinator who was hired on January 28th, speaks to the media.
Okay, but at least we now have it clear that Jonathan Gannon has not been shunned by Wilde and Tausch. So it is official.
Not.
You have invited him to the show.
Well done, Jason. Way to reach out with that olive branch.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not about necessarily the connection, Jason. It's about making sure, that you're not wielding your power in ways that you don't even realize you are at times.
Great job, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely don't have I definitely don't realize my power. So in terms of your question, I think the number one question, if I was going to the NFC coaches breakfast to talk to LaFleur, would be, all right, give us a better understanding of what you're thinking defensively and how things are going to be different with Jonathan Gannon. That would be at the top of my list. Now, this is one of my favorite things that I covered back in the day, and someday I'd like to get back, because the breakfast is a really good setting, although they've shortened the amount of time the coaches make themselves available during them, to get to a lot of topics. And again, Matt LaFleur hasn't spoken to us since the day after the season ended in his wrap-up press conference. So, I want to know, do they feel good about, at quarterback, Desmond Ridder and Kyle McCord as the backup, or there's people throwing out Anthony Richardson, there's people throwing out Kirk Cousins. I don't see that as their MO. I would be surprised if either of those happened, because unless Anthony Richardson got released, I don't see them giving up a draft pick again for someone. But that's one spot. The offensive line, I want to get Matt LaFleur's thoughts on his confidence level in Jordan Morgan, because he holds the key to that whole offensive line. And obviously the market told us that the NFL didn't think very highly of Rasheed Walker, and neither did the Packers. He basically got swing tackle money, so they are putting their eggs in that left tackle basket with Jordan Morgan. I also am curious, what are their expectations for Josh Jacobs, who I think we talked about this weeks ago. I didn't think it was a 100% slam dunk that they would keep him at his cap number, and now they let Emmanuel Wilson leave, so they probably need another running back option, especially if they're concerned about Josh Jacobs dealing with injuries the way he did last year.
And Jason, this is not seen to be the running back draft that last year was, right? Like last year, there were 12 running backs that contributed from the rookie class, and this year it's not seen the same way.
Right, and I would just close with this. I would say that, look, do I still think that they have sufficient talent to be considered a Super Bowl contender? I do. They're going to get Micah Parsons back. They're going to get Tucker Kraft back. I think the expectation is that if Christian Watson stays healthy, he is going to be their true number one receiver, and that's a lot of really good stuff. But I also look at their roster and see a lot of places where these young players that Goody constantly wants to have to elevate, and then two guys that are out of his comfortability zone of Zaire Franklin, who's going to be 30, and Javon Hargrave, who is 33, are going to have to play at a higher level than Goody believes most 30-year-olds are capable of. Because, again, what he said at the scouting combine, and I know Strofe and I talked about this on Weekly Wilde, or whatever it is now, Monthly Wilde.
Occasional
for the
Wilde,
offseason.
yes.
Occasional Wilde, that's what we decided on. He said out loud that he wants guys who are aged 26 to 29. That's the best. Those are the years you're most productive, and those are the years you're most healthy. And that was what he said at the combine. And so for him to go outside of that with two guys that play positions of need, I think is fascinating, and I'm very curious to see how those two perform.
Matt LaFleur will speak tomorrow, 9:45 a.m. local time, as Jason Wilde joins us on the Yingling guest hotline. Jason, something I am fascinated by every year at the NFL owner or the annual meeting is the picture of all 32 coaches. Do you think we will get a Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur close to each other? Will they be very far from each other? What is your expectation on those two in that annual photo?
Yeah, I don't think they'll be sitting together.
But don't the divisional coaches typically go near each other? Don't they gravitate toward each other typically?
No, I think, at least in my recollection, they tend to gravitate toward guys they like. Like, I feel like...
Sure. So Shanahan, McVay.
McVay and LaFleur usually sit by each other. I'm going to guess that if if Matt LaFleur is sitting next to anyone, if he's in a middle seat, if you will, of the picture, I'm going to guess that Mike LaFleur is on one side and Sean McVay is on the other, and Ben Johnson is much farther away.
I feel like this is going to be like a college roommate or like situation where you get like the coaches all submit 2 people they would want to sit next to and 2 people they would not want to sit next to, and then they.
You think it's organized? I think it's just like, all right, everybody get in here and.
No, but I'm saying the tables first because they they sit at tables, right? And so you got to.
But you sit at your own table with the media, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
what tables next to what table?
Yeah, what tables right next to what table, right?
I can't wait till next Sunday when
like
we
a
break
wedding.
this down.
Yeah,
we're going to break this down next week.
Yeah.
So I do just want to your point, Alex, I talked to somebody who covers the entire league more so than just my focus on the Packers, and talks to a lot of people throughout the league.
Uncle Charles?
And he said that there's like legit, like, I don't want to say bad blood. He didn't use that phrase, but that like Shanahan and McVay, none of them understand why Ben Johnson took the approach that he did with LaFleur. Like that, they don't know each other, and I don't know if Ben Johnson feels like these guys think they're better than me, and like he dislikes all of them. But like after the Rams beat the Bears in the playoffs, right? The Rams beat them. They shook hands afterward. It was a total normal interaction of, not warm by any means, but between McVay and Johnson, it was a totally normal exchange. And so, again, maybe it's just his way of endearing himself to Bears fans, but there is a clear animus on Ben Johnson's side. And then from LaFleur's perspective, I think there is now, but I think before there was just sort of this befuddlement of what is with this guy? Like, I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other against him. And it just sort of feels like now, I don't want to say it's performative, but it sure feels like Ben Johnson is steering into it in a big way. So to your point, I want, how far is he willing to go? Like, is he going to intentionally like scooch in between like LaFleur and his brother to try and take that seat? Like, how far is he willing to take this, what I would call nonsense?
Speaking of what's with that guy, if you're not a Caleb Williams fan, which I happen to be, you could you could have a little what's with this guy.
He's a bully and a thief. He's a bully and a thief.
Trademarking Iceman, like as if he's the original Iceman.
You think Matt LaFleur is going to show up in like a George Gervin jersey to the NFL, owners meetings?
Yo,
go to the pool with a Gervin jersey on,
Dude, no, doing his interview at the table. That would be fire, right?
Yeah. With like a Bulls Gervin jersey too, where it's like, hey, this is the guy that MJ credits for like taking him under his wing early in the league.
No, I think you go with Spurs, Gervin. If you're being respectful, I think you go that, but like with no shirt underneath.
Yeah,
like just a straight out jersey. Jason, you're close enough with
poolside at
Matt
LaFleur.
Yeah. Is that something you could suggest to Matt LaFleur based on the level of your relationship with him?
I could certainly suggest it. I don't think he would follow it. He's not like, that's the thing.
No, he's that's why we like him. He's not going to get caught up in that dumb crap, right?
Right, and
that Ben Brust crap.
I was saying that without saying that. So, like, I was thinking about this because I did the event with Love with his cleats that he was giving away, and I was talking to some of the people there that handle his charitable arm, and he's just so, like, he and LaFleur are both kind of the same. Like, they don't want any part of that kind of, nonsense or bulletin board material or whatever you want to call it. Like, I was telling them that last year, after the hit by Austin Booker, like, he was not going to come anywhere near the idea of suggesting it was dirty. When he was asked about the handshake thing with LaFleur, he totally punted on it. Like, and while there's part of me as a reporter that wants him to lean into it because it's interesting, right? And it's something to talk about.
Wait. But people read about. So Kyle and Strophe, from your standpoint, I know you like your trolls and you like all that. Does that make you think LaFleur comes across as soft because he doesn't do that, or focused on what actually he should be focused on?
I think it's focused.
Okay, Kyle, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not worried about coaches doing too much. He does just enough of kind of responding as I need.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, on the other hand, when he mentioned, we hear it, when he was talking about the Bears earlier this year and the comment that was made by Ben Johnson, you hear it.
To be fair, though, I enjoy this from Ben Johnson. I think this is fun. I saw, I think it was at the Super Bowl, he said, Packers and Bears shouldn't like each other. We shouldn't be friends. We shouldn't.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Yeah,
I like
but Jason, I'm with Shelby on that. Like, it's great for one end to do that, but I like the way Matt LaFleur handles himself.
I think it's both of them are being authentic to who they are. Like, this is clearly, I do agree with you, Jason. Some of it is crossed over as a little performative, but also Ben Johnson's a guy, when it doesn't relate to the Packers, who's ripping his shirt off in the middle of the
It's a little
locker room.
WWE wrestler-esque.
But that seems to be who he is, and he comes from that Dan Campbell line, and LaFleur seems to be authentic to who he is, and I agree. I think it's a fun undercurrent in a in a re-emerging rivalry.
Yeah, so I think we could agree Matt LaFleur will not wear a George Gervin jersey.
But it'd be awesome if he did.
Would have been.
We should mail him one.
But quickly, just to Kyle's point, that's Kyle understanding what Jordan Love is, because him saying, we hear it, like, that's not bulletin board material. That's not steering into the skid of the rivalry, right? It's him staying above the fray, acknowledging that he knows about it, but that's right on brand with him. So, to your point, Greg, I think both the coach and the quarterback in this instance are being themselves. The question, I don't know Caleb Williams well enough. I'm curious to see how much more he takes a cue from Ben Johnson going forward, and does he start, saying more things or doing more things that kind of follow in the Ben Johnson footsteps in his approach to the rivalry.
We will see. It's going to be a fun rivalry, and this year will be really interesting as the Bears have that tough schedule this year, and the Lions are still lurking. And my guy, Kyler Murray. You never know what happens when Kyler Murray's lurking there. You don't always see him. He's a little small. You don't always see him, but he's always there lurking. All right, thanks, Jason.
I had no idea he was your guy. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Yeah. Kyle,
you love Kyler.
Kyle Wallace sold all his stock in Kyler Murray.
I was a big fan of Kyler. He is tiny.
I know you
saw that one preseason game with him where he wasn't engaged.
He was short, and then he was talking to women. Yeah, and Kyle sold all his stock in him.
Short, talking to women, and the calves were huge, and then he proceeded to not do anything during the regular season last year. He got
soft benched.
He doesn't care. He gets paid.
Stuck in that Cavs comment too.
Yeah, they were massive. I feel like Johnny Drama from Entourage. They were
That's going to be Strofe after all those calf lifts that he's doing.
Wait,
they're called calf raises.
Now, are you saying that's a positive or a negative, the large calves?
I'm just saying I was mesmerized by it. They were humongous. They literally, if I stretch my hand out, my thumb to thumb, and I stretch my hand out, they were that big. I'm like, jeez. I see why he can run so fast.
Very descriptive way to measure his calf size.
Bro, they were massive.
I put my thumbs together.
They're disproportionate to his tiny body, because he's like 5'10".
Do you regret not doing that?
I don't. Okay. I'm glad I didn't touch him or get close to him.
Yeah.
It would have been weird.
Yeah. But you're, even with the situation in Minnesota, you're not trying to buy back any shares in Kyle Murray.
I kind of feel like it's going to be I feel like it's
Kyle Murray?
Kyler.
He's going to be
Kyle.
I feel like
Kyle,
gonna be over.
I call him Kyler Wallace sometimes, because he had so much stock in him.
I love Kyle, but he's not focused.
Okay,
dude. He's gonna be really good for them.
I'm telling you, he's gonna scramble. He's not gonna throw the ball to Jefferson like he's supposed to.
I promise you.
Brooke Lopez is in town. We will get back into a little of the Bucks conversation when we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime.
I love spring.
I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers.
These are amazing.
Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of?
Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds.
Wow. I'm buying this one.
How much?
$185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious.
Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well.
Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your Brook Lopez memories when you think back on the era? Is there a shot? Is there a defensive play? Is there a specific Brook Lopez game? Is there the off-the-court personality of Brook Lopez? Like, when you think about Brook and his time in Milwaukee, what do you think of? And we can open that up to the Carbless talk and text line, 800-990-ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. We had Drew Holiday come back last year as a member of the Celtics, and then this year now as a Blazer. But Brook Lopez was with this team longer, significantly longer than Drew, and was really part of what I believe unlocked Giannis to be the best version of himself and that MVP version of himself that we saw. So give us a call or shoot us a text now. This is your time for all of your Brook Lopez love, as Brook and the Clippers, who defeated the Bucks on Monday night, take on the Bucks for a second time in a week. That is today at Fiserv Forum. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-ESPN. That is the Carbless talk and text line. Less is more Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails.
Is that where we're at? The season's been this disappointing. We're just going to do the sentimental thing.
No, we want to celebrate Brook Lopez. See, he doesn't understand. See, he's not a real Bucks fan.
We're 74 games into the year.
No,
but
regardless,
they played them
earlier this week.
If the Bucks were 64-10, you deserve to pay respect to Brook Lopez.
You have to understand that Strophe was being raised by Mike McCarthy in Green Bay during most of the Brook Lopez era. So he might not remember it in the way.
No,
that,
he doesn't remember.
He should have won
Brooklyn
Defensive Player of the Year a few years ago. Won a title. He's a great Buck.
He transformed his career before he really got to the Bucks.
Splash Mountain.
He took it to a whole other level.
Names.
I mean, what he did for the Milwaukee Bucks was outstanding. You just talked about defensively how big of a force he was, but I mean, knocking down threes in the celebration. I don't know what he was, signaling there, but I loved it. I was doing it right there with him with his celebration. It was special, and it was a special moment. He just played a great role. Not only could he shoot the ball, also high flying. Brook would get up there, put backs, or dunk it down the lane, running the court.
I don't know about high flying, but he would bring it down hard.
He bring it down hard. It's already high with how tall he is, but he could bring it down hard, catching lobs. It was just special to have a giant like that, a big friendly giant on this team. And again, he was a key contributor to helping us get to where we wanted to go as a championship.
He should get his number retired by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, he should. I think that, with what he did over that time period with bringing a championship to Milwaukee, He deserves to have his number retired. The intensity that he brought defensively, combined with his ability to play the correct role offensively, and to your point, Kyle, he never shot threes in Brooklyn. And then he became a very good three-point shooter in Milwaukee. Everything he did for the community, the personality, him and Robin with the Lopez brothers, they win the championship. They're going to Disney, the whole thing. He really was such a core part of that championship run. And I think that when you look at it, we view him as a role player, but he was a borderline all-star caliber player throughout the
borderline.
I mean,
which one, with the Milwaukee Bucks or in general?
With the Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many all-star teams he made with Milwaukee. I don't know if
he didn't make any, but there were some times where he could have been in the conversation earlier.
Part of that is because he played the role that he wanted, that they needed him to play, and was, to me, just as important as any Buck in winning that championship and that success outside of Giannis. I think you put him on that same line as Chris, on that same line as Drew, as far as
shockingly only a one-time all-star.
I think so.
Yeah, you're saying the same line as Chris. I think Chris is on his own line.
He's a step below.
Yeah, Chris is on his own line.
I don't know. I think without Brook, you don't have the same makeup of that team in terms of what he did defensively.
Agreed. That's true. I mean, what he did defensively and
being able to spread the floor and open things up for Giannis.
Right, because you needed to get the big man out of the paint from the other team. And Brook Lopez did that, and that was the first thing that.
And you needed somebody though that could be the big man in the paint on the other end defensively.
Yes, right, someone who could space the floor and be a rim protector. The two things that jump out to me that were so unique about Brook Lopez compared to anyone else I'd really ever seen to that degree is first was the 4-point shots that he would shoot. Right, he did not set up on the 3-point line to shoot his 3-pointers. When you look at his percentage and his efficiency, he was further back. It was like a 4-pointer, and the coach Bud and the staff then, they actually would, in practice, have a separate line that would be further back, and that's where they wanted Brook Lopez to stand.
Interesting.
Because they wanted to space the floor, and they knew that how long it would take someone to recover. So if Brook could get good enough at the 25, 26 longer 3-point shot, people couldn't get into the paint to defend Giannis. So the fact that Brook probably took a little lower percentage shot throughout his entire time with the Bucks because it was to space the floor for Giannis is pretty incredible. The second thing was his ability to contest shots without fouling. I've never seen anyone just go straight up so well and just not come down. Obviously, Brook also never has felt he's committed a foul.
Never.
But you know what? That intensity was so great because it matched Giannis's.
Yeah. On Monday, when he committed a foul against the Bucks, it just cracked me up because he was going crazy the same way, and he got a technical, after being called for a foul. But Brook, and such a lighthearted guy to be that intense, as you said, on the court was just so incredible. And then you saw it in the postseason, right? The Giannis goes out against the Hawks, and one of those home games back here, it was a 30-point game where it was Brook in the post. And you realize, oh, wait, he can still do that. He just doesn't need to normally.
All-time leading scorer for the Nets franchise.
Yeah. And as you said, learned to shoot threes late in his Nets career, had the 1 year in L.A., and then just came to the Bucks and did it at such a prolific level for such a sustained period. So it will be great to have Brook Lopez back in the building today, and I'm sure there'll be a great video for him, and there will be a great recognition of him from the crowd.
We love our videos.
Are you being sarcastic there?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, when I retire from Good Karma Brands, I expect the video on YouTube montage to play. My 40 years here.
Yeah. Something like that.
Whoa! What do you mean, Craig? I mean something like that. I'm only 30. I hope to be Homer.
So as we
What's
we
that
do,
supposed to mean?
I hope to be working into my 70s, and Craig just said something like that.
You want to work till your 70s?
Yeah. What else am I gonna do?
I don't know.
Be on that boat?
Yeah. I thought you were a yacht guy.
Yacht club.
Nah. No. A pontoon isn't cool in your 70s.
Hey, are
it's
we
cool in your 30s?
Hell Yeah.
Why is it not cool in your 70s?
But dude, who you trying
That's
to
when
impress?
you traded in for the yacht.
Yeah, good luck. Greg, you gonna help me get yacht money? Greg?
I feel like you have yacht money. I hear all those live reads you're doing. You gotta have yacht money.
Y'all don't know how much a yacht costs.
I don't.
I got a pontoon with 2 other people. I barely got pontoon money.
Shared pontoon money for Kyle Wallace. As we roll on, it's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Koss Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Koss shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents a day? That's why I love my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. You can check them out in person at the State Fair Park Expo Center's Home and Garden Show, March 20th through the 29th. It's the perfect chance to step inside, compare models, and even ask questions. Good Health Saunas has been doing this for more than 20 years, and they back it all with a true lifetime warranty, which was huge for me. If an infrared sauna has been on your list, find Good Health Saunas at State Fair Park, March 20th through the 29th.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Hey, Mike, are you burning those burgers again?
Hey, it's flavor.
Every friend group has that one house where everyone ends up.
The snacks are out and the beers are cold.
And somehow, everyone's in the kitchen. At Professional Construction Inc., we design kitchens built for hosting.
Smart storage, beautiful finishes, space that actually works.
Because summer shouldn't feel cramped.
It should feel like this.
This summer, be the house that everyone gathers at.
Get started today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
A very hearty hello to you good people out there. I'm Ruth from Hurricane Bank. I suppose you thought I was in Downpatrick in County Down, but I'm right here in the Mayfair Collection branch of Hurricane Bank. Did you know that Hurricane Bank has been serving people like your good selves for 130 years? So they're good at it. Come on in to any of our 20 branches and see for yourselves.
Member FDIC.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear too. You pay a fortune for big name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through April 5th, when you spend $50, get 30% off and 2 free pairs of socks with the code SOCKS2. That's socks in the number 2. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Well, March hoops are here, and it is one of the best times of the year to be watching sports. And right now, download the Prize Picks app, use code WI, you get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Again, code WI, and suddenly every dunk, every three, every big performance matters even more. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If your picks are right, you cash in. You can build lineups across basketball, hockey, baseball, college hoops, whatever you're watching. I like the flexibility too. With Flex Play, you can still get paid even if one pick misses. Want a bigger payout? Go Power Play. And with early payouts, if your player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game ends. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
In season, off season, draft season. Whatever season it is, we are Milwaukee's place to talk green and gold. Listen, watch, or stream live whenever, wherever. 94.5 ESPN. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, on Friday night, I was hanging out with these two brothers who like basketball, and I was saying, oh, you should come over to my house. Like, we could play basketball. I have these this great hoop from my friends at Precision Sports. They're locally right here in southeastern Wisconsin, and the sun was out yesterday. This is when you should be doing it. I mean, think about it. If your kid is not the next Knipple, it's your fault. You didn't get them shooting enough at that time. If you're not the next Knipple, did you see the video of their dad?
I did.
Of Khan at 50?
That guy can hoop.
Greg, do you feel bad?
About what?
Ripping on that league on Scalzo and Brust all the time.
People are acting like he was, his son out there. He still moves around like a 50-year-old.
Yeah. I don't think he moves that much better than me. He's a way better basketball player than me.
He can shoot.
Yeah.
But of course, the guy's been like, that's all he does. If all you did for the last 40 years of your life
was playing a men's league basketball league,
you'd probably be a better shooter than you are right now.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Mr. Knipple.
You always seem to be taking shots at that league.
Did you That's the Holy Cross basketball tournament that they were in. But that whole league, it's a bunch of old D3 guys.
Brust didn't even make the semifinals this year.
But old D3 guys.
I didn't even know he played in it.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even make the semifinals.
That's why I never heard about it.
Not a peep.
Old D3 guys is legit. That you put some respect on the name. I got cut from a D3 college, and you got to be good to play D3. So let's show some respect.
I'm saying in reference once again, when you juxtapose, these old guys from their D3 leagues and their, rec specs and their hairy backs and the tank tops, and you put a 27 or 28-year-old Ben Brust who played D1, like in there, he's going to dominate there. It'd be like you bring Khan back, he would dominate that league.
Yeah, the volume of hair on their back, I don't think you are an expert to be able to say to these guys who are legit players, and they, I guarantee it, are shooting hoops at their house. And, Precision Sports could do it indoor or outdoor. They could paint the lines for you. They can strategize on who you should work with. Mega Slam, Ironclad, Dominator hoop systems. They can go top of the line. They could go budget conscious. The best thing to do is to schedule time with them and just have them come out, have them check out your place, have them think about what could be right for you. Go to precisionsportsonline.com and get a free quote. It was so easy to do, the communication. I've done it multiple times with them now. They are so great to work with. If you love hoops, get a hoop from Precision Sports at precisionsportsonline.com. So as we do continue today, 2:30, we mentioned it. Bucks are playing. Strophe didn't want us to pay any tribute to
That's not what I said.
To Brooke Lopez.
He doesn't want us to talk any Bucks. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I
He's
do want to
very
talk about the Bucks.
anti-Bucks.
I don't want to talk about Brooke Lopez's return when I'm so angry at just the state of everything.
Ron in the Key said, "Why 2 cameras on Craig and none on Greg?" If you're watching on YouTube,
can I explain that I never guess
don't know how to produce. Oh, sorry.
First and foremost, if we really want to go there, we have a list of responsibilities that just came out, and not my responsibility according to the responsibilities while Strofe is over there talking. But I will take blame for this. I didn't actually. I saw. I'm not racist. I saw 3 white faces. I said, "We good."
Whoa,
we
whoa.
good.
What do you mean you're not racist?
Sounds a little racist.
That sounds a little racist.
And so I didn't even look at it, and I'm trying to figure out. You guys have been gone so long. We haven't had the band together so long.
We were all here 2 weeks ago.
And
You just think
all right.
me and Craig look that much alike?
No, I did.
I'll take that as a win. Bloody says, Kyle, there will not be a baseball season next year. So does that mean you're predicting the Brewers in the World Series by 28 or 29, assuming there's no 27 season?
What is this talk that they're not going to have a season at all? We don't think they're going to figure it out.
No.
They have a whole off season to get it figured out. And even with that, there can be a lockout. You can have a shortened season. Y'all think they're not going to have baseball at all next year? Brian Anderson joined Kyle Brust and Nortman earlier this year and told us, don't worry about that. They're going to get it figured out. That's what he told me. Why would I not believe BA?
You don't think he has a vested interest, so you're just trusting BA?
What's his vested interest?
When did he join?
He joined us. This was in February, probably.
Yeah, February.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he said no. He said I don't believe that. He said don't believe that. I trust.
I could see the president getting involved. I don't think the president, his last year's president, is going to want no baseball going on.
An executive order to make the players play.
I'm
There's
just
going to
saying.
be some interruption in play.
So-
I don't know if it's going to be a full missed season,
why
but
is there
like we saw it
interruption,
years
though?
ago where they missed spring training. They started the season a little bit late, and I think the labor negotiations are going to be much harder this time around than last time.
I mean, why can't they just get it figured out? Why do they need to wait to the last minute?
Well, because a lot of times, right, you're waiting until something could be materially affected. If you have two sides that aren't able to actually come to terms, then they're looking at each other and they're kind of playing chicken.
The players already have guaranteed contracts. They need to get this.
Kyle, should there be a salary cap, yes or no?
Yes, there should be a salary cap.
Okay,
in
what if I
baseball.
say there shouldn't be a salary cap?
Well, I mean, again, the players have
That's
to,
what the Dodgers are going to say.
Right,
But the Yankees are going to say.
But don't you need like 2/3 majority, like 24 teams or something like that to agree? You don't need all teams, right?
Yeah, I think
there's enough. There's enough.
I think
of us
the
little
owners should
guys.
figure that out. I think then the players have to agree that there should be a salary cap. So it's enough to figure. Like it's one thing to try to get all the owners to agree, and baseball is the weird situation where it's like the agents seem to control everything, and it's the agents and it's the agents of the guys who are like the 20 highest paid players. And if you're thinking you're a union, I feel like you're supposed to try to represent like the average worker, and it doesn't seem like that, because it would seem to me like a salary floor would be the most important thing I would be worried about if I was the union. I wouldn't be worried, okay, if we need to have a salary cap, that's fine, as long as we know what percentage of the money is going to come to us. And the way to do that is by having a salary floor, is to guarantee that certain teams can't, not spend anything, which is what we've seen in baseball.
There also seems to be, like, when we talk about this, not necessarily acknowledging how much you've got differing opinions in terms of the farm system, minor league players, how they're compensated, international systems, as we find out the Brewers made a $2 million guarantee to a 13-year-old in the Dominican Republic. Like, there's so many different layers that goes into baseball because these organizations and the players involved in them are so much more expanded and diversified than you find particularly in the NBA and then in the NFL.
And in baseball, you could somehow not pay people for like 8 years, which is like
Correct.
the key to the Brewers' success. Is like,
And
you can
arbitration years and how things are structured. And then you've got a shifting landscape where we find out the Brewers, according to their owner, are out $20 million because of the change in TV structure going from FanDuel Sports Network to MLB.
I thought you were making that up for them with the whole over the air. Jason said they're on in Green Bay and stuff. We didn't make up the difference of that $20 million by getting them over the air TV.
Not quite, but we cut into it. But
Get to work.
Your next game on the 31st of March here, you can catch
Tuesday.
It's on Tuesday.
free Brewers baseball on Fox 6 here in Milwaukee, TVW there in Madison as well.
That's awesome. Phil's a consultant. He's on Sunday Karma. Phil, you ready to solve this baseball thing for us?
Yeah, this whole thing is really about the Dodgers more than anything. I mean, Dodgers have kind of made a joke of the payroll discrepancies in baseball, and I don't think there's ever going to be a salary cap because I don't think there's enough willpower to fight the players on that. But do you guys know how good the Dodgers have it right now?
But Phil, you're saying to fight. You're talking about fighting the players on it. I think most of the owners, it's to your point, it's about fighting the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Mets on it. Because I think there's 27 teams that right now would sign up for that outside of those three teams.
Yeah, but it's the thing. But the Dodgers have this kind of like once in a lifetime deal going on right now, where they sign this crazy local contract that I think Charter's losing like $150 million a year on, but they can't get out of it because they'd have to bankrupt the whole country. I'm sorry, the company.
Yep.
So they're stuck with this deal that runs to some crazy year, like 2035 or something like that, where they're getting like 350. It's going to go all the way up to $550 million a year. The Dodgers are going to get. And they also struck this deal where typically you have to share a third of your local TV revenue, but because the Dodgers were in a mess and they were kind of going bankrupt just before they signed this deal, baseball capped them out at this lower number. So they're getting to keep the vast majority of all that local TV revenue to themselves. And they got a sweetheart. They signed it when cable was desperate to keep these teams on.
It was an $8.35 billion deal over 25 years that goes through 2039.
They're losing
2039.
They're losing $150 million a year on the deal. The cable company is. So Dodgers are in this unbelievably lucky spot right now. That it's not going to last forever, but it's got to be.
And they signed Shohei Ohtani for only $1 million a year, right?
But that's the thing is, like, just saying they are lucky. Like, Andrew Friedman came in and he figured out very quickly how they could take advantage of the rules that were in place. And it's not his fault what rules were in place, but the idea of deferred contracts, while also bringing what he did with the Rays over in terms of actually building up a level of development that you don't normally see in organizations like the Yankees and these high-spending teams. Like, they've done it better than anybody. The rules have been the same for everybody, and there's owners with a lot more money than the Dodgers owners, and they still try to spend, and they're still not as successful as the Dodgers are. And so I don't know if it needs to be a salary cap. I think you could figure out different ways to penalize. I think you can find different ways to...
You're saying like the NBA, like the
NBA
aprons
does,
and all that.
And I think that you could do that in a way that would have a similar effect, but not ultimately cap it. I just, saying that they got lucky, sure, but they're also incredibly smart as an organization for what they've been able to do and how they've been able to take advantage of some of these ridiculous rules that MLB has.
Can't they bribe these young players who will have a vote by saying, you know what, because Craig said, like, Miz got paid when he got drafted because I'm sure the Brewers gave him a nice little signing bonus, but, like, their salaries are like $500,000. Like, why don't you bribe these younger folks who get called up to the minors with more money initially through the first 6 controllable years versus trying to, not pay them more money?
Because they don't want to give them more money.
No,
the owners they want to pay Jacob Mizrachi $820,000 this year.
They should pay him more money while capping off how much money the big time players get, because these guys sign these $400 million contracts.
But the one thing that any players association would never accept is that there's going to be a cap on what anybody could make. But I'm saying,
NBA, there's a max. There's a max of the NBA. In the NBA, there's max contracts, so there is a cap of what you can make. And then, beyond that, they know that 51% of all revenues go to the team. Speaking of the NBA, to answer the John Horst question, as a fan, this comes from Tim, I would have made the Miles Turner move also. However, fair or not, I expect an NBA GM to be a better talent evaluator than a fan. And fair or not, the Miles Turner move looks awful, and it has us carrying $20+ million of dead money for the next several years. Horst needs to be judged on how his moves work out. Fair or not, Bud firing, Griffin hiring and firing, hiring Doc, not good enough in my opinion.
A lot of fair or not in that text from Tim.
Yeah.
A lot of fair, too.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I wouldn't fire Horst, but...
Of course you would.
What's that supposed to mean?
You don't mind just being okay. Look at you. You're okay looking. Your athletic ability sucks. You're not trying to get better.
Wow.
I mean, you're just okay with just being...
What's going on?
Okay.
Right
no,
now?
I mean, show me the lie.
I am trying to get better.
Show me the lie.
I thought you guys are going to work out today.
What do we think about him putting cologne on before you guys work out today?
The purpose of what's the purpose of that?
Well, I showered.
So you put cologne on every time you shower?
Every time? Like, even if you're going to work out right after?
I want to smell nice.
That's fiscally irresponsible.
Hunter says Yankees, Mets, Blue Jays, Cubs, once they figure out they're in a big market.
What was that?
Yankees, Mets, Blue Jays, Cubs have no desire for things to change. They want to do what LA's doing.
No, they don't.
I disagree.
They don't.
I think the Mets do.
do.
The Yankees don't.
Cubs?
The
Red
Cubs
Sox don't.
The Red
Cubs
Sox don't. I don't know where the Blue Jays stand. They're somewhere in between.
At some point, the best part about owning one of these teams is that you have an appreciating asset that you could actually have some operating loss within, right? Because if you're a billionaire, you can ultimately use that operating loss for certain tax benefits. But at the same time, what you're getting is an asset that appreciates over a long period of time so that you can ultimately make out
but
when you're
baseball
selling.
teams have not been growing. Like, teams have been
still
for sale.
appreciating.
They're not at the same level of other leagues. Like,
Still appreciate.
But I think that's part of why this collective bargaining agreement, some of those owners are like, wait, why can't we sell the Twins for $3 million?
Well, that's
$3
what
billion.
I'm getting at. At some point, when your operating losses continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger because the TV money isn't there, some of those other things aren't there for you, now all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I don't want to lose $250 million if I'm the Boston Red Sox because my fans expect me to just go out and pay for it. And as you get PE money into professional sports, they're not always willing to lose as much money in the short term as individual owners are because the emotional connection to it. I just think that the entire, that ecosystem doesn't hold up in terms of these big market teams just want to continue to spend more and more and more.
Alex Strofe will try to recover from the assault by Kyle Wallace and have an opportunity to respond as we continue.
Have you ever seen how much he sweats, Kyle?
Ron in the Key just says, whoa. And I think we know what he's talking about. We'll give Alex a chance to fire back as we roll on. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
At Macy's VIP sale, there isn't just one way to save. First, take 25% off our best brands, like Good American, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and so many more. Then, take 15% off must-have beauty and fragrance from Miu Miu, Yves Saint Laurent, and Prada. And Star Rewards members can earn Star Money even faster on everything else. Only at Macy's VIP sale. Hurry, it all ends tonight. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Join the Brewers series against the White Sox March 26th, 28th, and 29th. Grab this year's first giveaway on Saturday the 28th, a replica of American Family Field for the first 25,000 fans, courtesy of American Family Insurance. On the 29th, it's Kids Cheer Free. Buy an adult terrace seat and receive a free ticket for kids ages 14 and under. On Sunday the 29th, the first 5,000 kids get a drip necklace giveaway. Grab your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Experience an auto show like never before. The Milwaukee Auto Show hits the road with new dates and a new easy access, easy to park location. Clear your calendar. May 14th through 17th at the Wisconsin State Fair Park and Expo Center. Whether shopping or just dreaming, you'll see sleek luxury cars to rugged trucks and everyday favorites. Hundreds of new vehicles. May 14th through 17th at the Wisconsin State Fair Park and Expo Center. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We are going to grind out at bats. You have to throw quality pitches in order to get us out. And then once we get on the base paths, you have to worry about us. It's a different brand of baseball.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I wouldn't fire Horst, but
Of course you would.
what's that supposed to be?
You don't mind just being okay. Look at you. You're okay looking. athletic ability sucks. You're not trying to get better.
Wow.
I mean, you're just okay with just being.
What's going on?
Okay,
right
no, I mean,
now?
show me the lie.
I am trying to get better. Insecurities coming out. Kyle Wallace on Sunday Call.
Insecurity.
I don't think that's insecurity. I think that's vitriol.
Well, that's that too.
Appleman says, Alex, we're waiting for you to get out here and work on that body in the orchard. It's pruning time.
Oh, I'm ready to go, Appleman. Send me the details.
I don't think you've ever done manual labor in your life.
He would struggle with prune. He doesn't even know what that means.
Alex, what do you have to say back to Kyle? Let's just give you your chance. We've given you time to think about it and to process it.
Well, I haven't processed it, to be real honest with you, because that was completely unnecessary. But what you guys are witnessing is a level of insecurity from Kyle Wallace as we get ready for the KBN Decathlon. Have either of you been privy to this information?
No, I don't think that you're hitting on the right tone with Kyle Wallace in terms of insecurity. Kyle Wallace is better looking than you and has better athletic ability than you.
He's not better looking than me.
I'm pretty handsome.
He's a pretty handsome guy.
Yeah, he's pretty handsome.
Especially when I get my
I'm
dreads
gorgeous.
redone.
I'm gorgeous.
Come on now. What grown man walks around saying I'm gorgeous? Especially when
delusional
it looks like
one.
Handsome is typically the word.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, how would you
So
rate
now I'm
yourself?
seeing your insecurities
Kyle,
come out.
how would you rate yourself on a 1 through 10 as your looks?
Looks wise, when I get the dreads redone, I'm a 8.5.
Now that's delusion.
Yeah.
When I get the dreads redone and lined
You have
up,
man boobies.
no, you can't see that through the clothes now because when
I wear those thick turtlenecks.
when I put on the suit, I look very handsome.
He's got C cups.
Yeah, I'm very handsome. You see what he's doing.
I love Kyle that Kyle's not even denying that. He's just saying he can work through it and still be an 8.5.
Exactly. I can hide my C cups. You can't hide that disaster that you are.
6'3", good facial hair. I don't know
if
anything
good
to hide.
facial hair is
Shelby,
on
what
there.
are you saying you are on a 1 through 10?
I'm not as delusional as Kyle. On a good day, I'm like a 7.5, which is good. I'll take that.
And that's what you were saying was gorgeous.
Right.
Anything above a 6,
Yeah. Anything above a 6 is gorgeous.
That's crazy.
Body beautiful.
That's great.
Just like Eric Wilson, former Packers linebacker. Body beautiful.
Oh, gosh. He's spiraling.
So
Look
what
at
is
him.
this decathlon, Kyle, that you're worried about?
I'm not worried about it. It's some mess that when you hear decathlon, what do you think?
10 events.
Yeah, 10 what type of events?
Athletic events.
Yeah, not
just 10 events.
Because Strofe is special and different. We had to add in different events that didn't have to do with athletic
This is like the
ability.
Billy Madison decathlon.
Yeah, so basically,
That's what it feels like.
we're doing like darts, we're doing cooking.
No,
I didn't come up with
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
I believe, Craig, I have the ability to overrule this.
Yeah,
This
I think you
sounds
do.
like a horrible content idea. You're going to do a cooking competition?
You want to talk about horrible content?
I don't know. I think cooking might sound like a good
hold on a
content
minute.
idea.
Hold on.
Even
A
if
cooking
it's not good for a
contest?
decathlon, but I think
we
for
each had the ability to pick 6 of the 10
This is
total
just
events.
you versus him?
It's me versus Kyle.
Wait,
one-on-one.
and it's
In
6
10
events?
I will run you
10.
through. It's 10
Okay.
events. I'll run you through all 10. But I picked 3. Kyle picked 3.
You don't feel ashamed
KBN
that
Nation
he
picked
can
4.
beat you in everything, so you
I'll
have
win
to
8-2.
pick random
I'll
things
win
like
8-2.
cooking that you think you
I
can
didn't
win?
pick cooking. I'll win 8-2. Let me explain before you jump on me.
Yeah, he
would
won
you?
8-2.
Jeez, calm down.
Look at him. He's just falling
I'm going to
apart.
win 8-2.
He is falling
So
apart. He's angry.
Kyle went unoriginal. No creativity, no thought process in the 3 events he picked. He picked a 75-pound bench press.
Wait a minute.
Rep out challenge.
And
he picked
I'm
the
going
3-cone drill, and he picked a 100-meter dash. Just things I've already done for the internet to see. Right? So he just
Right, but
went
if you are,
unoriginal.
but fairly, if you were doing a test of athleticism, speed, quickness, and strength, you would agree probably fit in there, right?
Sure, but we know what I'm bad at already.
I know, but I'm not saying that's
what are
picking
you-
on you.
on
I'm
an
saying if there was any decathlon, those 3 would make sense.
On a strength and athletics scale, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rank yourself?
Gorgeous.
Which is one. Which is a 1 to him.
Gorgeous. Anything above a 6.
Yeah, I think he's gorgeous. There. Okay, so Kyle, what did you pick? What did
I'm not
Strophe
gonna
pick?
answer that question.
Yeah, what did you pick?
I picked darts, 2 out of 3. Cricket.
Okay.
I picked the true Packer backer trivia contest.
Okay.
What was my third?
You picked he picked.
Wait, what was the first
not
one you picked?
Padel, not Padel.
Darts?
He
Darts?
picked the pickleball.
Oh, pickleball. Yeah.
So darts, pickleball, and Packers trivia.
Okay.
And then the 4 that were selected for us were Fiance Feud, aka the Newlywed Game. So Baby Girl and Allie are going to be involved.
Who made these decisions?
That sounds like Ben.
That would be correct. That would be
Yeah,
correct.
that's clearly a Ben one. Yeah, okay.
A taco cook-off challenge. Also Ben. He just wants lunch.
Taco cook-off?
Yeah,
I mean, I could see, like, you each have to do a meal, and it'd be funny to
but
see what you came up
he
with.
viewed that as too loose. He said, you need to cook the same thing so we can compare it better.
Yeah.
100-meter swim.
Which is dangerous,
That's
by the way.
hilarious.
Very dangerous. I thought 100 meters was like down back.
No, that's 110 yards.
I didn't realize it was down back. I said, woo.
It's 110 yards. Woo. It's a long swim.
Are either of you good or bad swimmers?
I'm an okay swimmer.
I
had
can
a pool
swim to
growing
save
up.
my life, not yours.
I'm with you on that, Kyle.
So, I mean, well, survive.
I can save your life, Greg. Everybody's lighter in water.
So you want him saving your life?
I mean,
I don't trust him to pick up my child, let alone me.
Dude, it'd be like Baywatch. Like a gorgeous guy saving you.
The 7.5 on a good day.
I'm like Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
It's like Baywatch over here. All right, what's up?
Then what was the final event?
Oh, my God.
Horse.
On the basketball court?
So I'll win all 4 of those.
We're not talking riding
I'll win
a horse.
all 3 of mine. That's 7-3 at worst for me. So I'll probably win 8-2.
All right, so
If
I'll
you've
take,
been
I'll
in-
take 2 real quick. I'll take 2-1 odds on Kyle in this.
Yeah.
Whatever dollar amount you want, since you're so confident. 2-1.
So if Greg's willing to put up $100, will you put up $200 on yourself right now?
Sure.
Any dollar amount you want. $100.
Greg just determined it. Yeah.
Done. Deal.
$100 from Greg, $200 from Stroke.
But I get 200 if no, other way around.
Other
2-1 on Kyle.
Yeah,
you
just
said
you
you're
were
gonna
going to
win
win
8-2.
You did say you win 8-2. You did say that.
But you're doubting me. So you'd
No,
be 2-1 on me.
he's taking
I'm
the
clearly
odds.
the underdog.
I'm taking the odds.
How are you the underdog?
You just said you're going to win 8-2.
I'm the favorite in my brain.
Well,
I think
also-
if Vegas.
Well, I'm betting with you.
Okay, hold on a minute.
I'm not betting with
All right,
Greg.
wait. Chef Ed.
Now all of a sudden, you see how that confidence was there, and as soon as it
gone.
got real, it just broke?
Chef Ed says, handsome. Kyle looks like if Bob Marley and Urkel had a kid.
Did I do that?
Oh, if you've
Y'all
been
seen
injured,
Stefan?
if you've been injured like both Alex Strophe and Kyle Wallace have been in this last segment, you need help, and that's when Gruber Law Offices comes to your aid. That is one call, that's all. That is all you need, and we are so fortunate to have a nationally recognized, locally and family-owned team that helps you. You never want to go through something like what these guys have gone through or a serious personal injury, and knowing you have a local team who has done it tens of thousands of times, and you could focus on what matters most, and they can focus on helping you and seeing it through to whatever extent is needed. So if you or a loved one is ever injured, remember, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. Our Palermo's picks are next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall, home to your one-stop must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strofe. A couple of months ago, I knew one thing for sure. I had the girl. What I didn't know was what came next. Luckily, a friend of mine told me about the team at Robert Hack Diamonds and the job they do, getting you from knowing you have the girl to down on one knee. I had never been through this process before buying an engagement ring. I had an idea of what she wanted. She'd sent me pictures of some hints and some ideas, but I wanted it to be special and different, and that's where Robert Hack Diamonds came in. They created my fiance's dream ring, and it made that moment, that yes, that much more special. So if you, like me, know you've got the girl but don't really know what comes next, go see the team at Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, and 2 in Brookfield, north and south. Their custom jewelry is made on site, lab-grown options, natural diamond options, and all the in-betweens. Stop in today or visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com. That's Robert Hack, H-A-A-C-K, diamonds.com. And after you get that yes, like me, you'll say, heck yeah, thanks to Robert Hack Diamonds.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
A very hearty hello to you good people out there. I'm Ruth from Hurricane Bank. I suppose you thought I was in Downpatrick in County Down, but I'm right here in the Mayfair Collection branch of Hurricane Bank. Did you know that Hurricane Bank has been serving people like your good selves for 130 years? So they're good at it. Come on in to any of our 20 branches and see for yourselves.
Member FDIC.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free in 24 months with no payments or interest plus $500 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video. Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I can't wait to come home from the Bucks game tonight, have a little Sunday night. A little urban pie. Harper not around. Maybe a few more toppings than she would be willing to have. That's the beauty of Palermo's Pizza. Different pizzas for different occasions. You got your Screamin' Sicilian. You got your Stranger Things pizza. You got your Palermo's thin crust. You have it all. And that's the beauty of it. You're supporting local when you support Palermo's, the perfect homemade pizza for every occasion. They bring us our Palermo's picks, which... Chris says Strofe is going to be doing the doggy paddle the whole way. Make sure he has his floaties with him.
I would actually put up, if I got the right odds, that Strofe won't complete the 100 meters in the swim. I think at some point he'll give up. Like, it'll be too physically taxing for him to finish the 100 meters swim.
It might turn into a backstroke where I'm just floating for a minute. But I won't give up.
Like that. Kyle.
Wait, so... Are you guys gonna have a sufficient time to train for this, or what's the rules around this?
No, we've got to get some. We've got to get some approval from different folks. So that'll be.
And I don't know that our insurance. I don't know that our insurance is gonna, allow for
drowning.
This.
No,
drowning policy.
We'll have to have them sign a similar liability waiver like Strofe did during his combine.
Is my folder just full of liability waivers at this point? We have records, I would assume, at this company, right?
I mean, it's the only thing you've ever signed one for is the combine.
Yeah, but 2 years in a row.
Yes, because have you seen your body move before? Like,
I don't think I've ever been written up as far as I'm aware, but that could be false.
Strofe is the only one I'm aware of in the company that we had him sign a waiver for just being able to walk into the studio each day. Like that I know is a first. Like others,
I actually sign a waiver every single day I'm here. Yeah,
correct. Just knowing that he can handle that. All right, so we talked about the Brewers, and it is the start of the season. We haven't given our thoughts. I think we're all homers with the Brewers. We all love the Brewers. No one wants to pick the Cubs to win the division. But like practically, what are we seeing for this Brewers season? Let's start with Kyle.
I'm seeing the Brewers win 89 games this year.
Anyone in the mix with any well, come back. Okay, so everyone give your wins, and then we'll come back if there's like a player whose performance is like
breakout. Garrett Mitchell, I think he has a breakout year.
As long as he can stay healthy.
When I say breakout, when I say breakout year,
But I'm saying like, hey, Miz is going to lead the league in strikeouts, or this person's going to hit 40 dingers, or someone's going to steal 50 bases. Like
I'll say the Brewers go 91 wins, and Jackson Churrio's the top 5 MVP.
Wow. I mean, that to me is tough just because last year, in fact, the Brewers led the league in wins and had nobody who garnered any consideration. That would be a major step.
It was his first full year in the majors.
It'd be a major step for Jackson. What do you got, Trophy?
I'll split the difference, say 90 wins. I think they get back to that threshold. And Jacob Mizorowski, top 3 NL Cy Young.
Yeah, Chris.
I think he has a huge year.
Chris, who's looking for you in your floaties, says Ms. Cy Young. Kyle, what do you got? Brewers, you said Garrett Mitchell, but what do you? Any breakout notable performance here?
Bryce Terang turns into a mini star.
Yeah.
The Brewers aren't going to be able to keep him.
Is he already a mini star?
No,
I don't think so. He
I wouldn't even say mini. I think he's going to be looked at as one of the top second basemen in all.
He was
of
so, how about this? Bryce Terang, All-Star starter? Any chance?
I love that.
That's what I like, because that would show that like the fans are representing that his brand is. I'd love that he is as low key a guy. I would almost say you could smell it when you're around him. That's what Pat Murphy said about him this week. Amazing season getting going. Today you have Brewers in action at 1:10, Bucks in action at 2:30. You can listen to it all right here. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow, don't settle. You have been listening. I'm just cracking up at so many things that were just said on this show today. No, I'm not. I'm just wondering if Kyle's okay after the Urkel thing, that you're okay after what you've been through.
Stefan and Bob Marley are handsome.
Strofe is going home and looking in the mirror and being like, "You are gorgeous. You are gorgeous."
I don't need a mirror for that, Greg. Self-awareness.
You have been listening to Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle, send us out.
Peace.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
What if you could have a spa-level sweat session at home for about 25 cents